everybody, how's it going? Nice to see you again. So the question of the day is, do you really need those expensive fast prime lenses? Well, I never have, and one of the beauties of the Sony system, okay, is that the lens selection is the best of any brand, really. The third-party support is just fantastic. And Sony has an open lens mount, and so right from the beginning, everybody was making lenses for Sony. So there really is, like any lens you can think of, you can probably get it for Sony. I think the one caveat to that would, I'm not sure if there's any tilt shift lenses. So, but you can adapt others, but that's a very unique and specialized task. So, so the thing is, like, what I like to do is I like to always have a set of prime lenses for carrying around. And with Fuji, the lenses in question would be the Fujicrons. That's what I've always bought, and that's what I've got right here. This is the 35 and the 23. And what I do is, in case you're wondering what's going on there, so there's two lenses there. This is the 35 and this is the 23. And what's going on here is let me see if I can focus on that. So what I do is JJC makes generic lens caps, and I buy a set of 5 of them, and then I epoxy 2 rear lens caps together. It's an old Leica trick, and so what that does is it allows me to have one cohesive unit in my bag, not jingle-jangling around smashing into each other, and makes for a very efficient setup. So this plus the camera with another lens on it gives me 3 lenses. With Fuji, it's usually maybe the 16, the 23, and the 50, or the 16, the 35, and the 50, depending on how I'm feeling. And that's what I did for Fuji when I was using Fuji for my main camera system. But since the swap over to Sony, things got a little bit bigger. I mean, the Fujicrons are hard to beat. That's pretty lightweight. But this is not burdensome. And there's more range here in the sense that, like, so again, there's 2 lens caps. There's 2 lens caps glued together, right? And so this is the Tamron, this lens here is the Tamron 20 millimeter. And that's a $250 lens, and it's very sharp, and it's big, but it's fairly lightweight. It takes 67 millimeter filter thread. There aren't really a lot of choices for the short telephoto, so I just splashed out for the Sony A7RV 1.8, and that's that lens there. And a very nice lens, and so the 2 of those together go right into my Domke bag, and so that's the 20 and the 85, and then the lens that I'm using right now to do this video is the Tamron 35, which looks a lot like the 20. It's about the same size, and that's a very sharp lens as well. I also have the Sony 50 millimeter 1.8. The only thing with that lens is the autofocus is a little leisurely, would be a diplomatic way to say it. Doesn't bother me at all. The lens works fine and it's tack sharp. And the thing is with these lenses, like the 85 is a 1.8, the 50 is a 1.8, the 35 is a 2.8, and the 20 is a 2.8. And I'll mix and match the 35 or the 50 again, depending upon how I'm feeling. But on a full frame, those apertures are wide enough. You know, unless you're a YouTube photographer who has an inferiority complex and has to show off the expensive gear that they've got and they don't mind carrying it around, or you're given the gear for free like some YouTube photographers, like, save your money, you know. You don't really need the fastest lenses. If you have the money and you don't mind the weight, you know, by all means, splash out, go for it. If that's what turns you on, you know, invite the neighbors over to look at your 1.2 and your 1.4 lenses. You'll have to spend a half an hour explaining to them why they're so expensive, and they'll still think you're crazy, but whatever. Now, you know, again, if you're a specialized hotshot wedding photographer or portrait photographer and you need the 1.2 or the 1.4 lenses to do what you do and you know you need those, by all means, feel free. But if you're like the rest of us and are just trying to get down the road and don't have a ton of cash, there is nothing wrong with these less expensive and slightly slower lenses. I'll roll in some examples at the end of this video of, you know, the bokeh and the sharpness and things like that. But definitely they are outstanding lenses and very inexpensive. The Tamron 20mm is $250, and now the 85-1.8 is not that cheap. It's $550 on sale, $600 not on sale. It's still not unreasonable. It's an extremely sharp lens, extremely well made. It's metal. You know, it's a good lens, and it's with primes and at these focal lengths, it's difficult to make a bad one. They're very sharp. I've been very well pleased with the 35 f2.8 that I'm doing this video with. It's a wonderful lens. And the fact that, I mean, pretty much all my lenses now for my Sony system are 67mm filter thread, and that is just a wonderful thing. It just makes my filter life so much easier. One adapter ring to my 77mm filters, or I even have a set of lightweight a circular polarizer and a 10-stop neutral density filter just for, in 67mm, just for my prime kit. And it really simplifies my life. So yeah, that's what I would recommend for today. And this prime kit is wonderful. It really changes things up, and it gives me options. I could take a camera with one lens if I want, that kind of a thing. So so there it is. So the last thing I'll leave you with is, if you're interested in the videos that I make and you like what I do, check out my Patreon page. There's a link in the description below. But even if you join as a free member, there will be content you can get there that you can't get here. Because I put stuff up on there that's not necessarily geared towards attracting new YouTube subscribers. It's content that I think people who are interested in what I do would like to see. So it's a little bit of a different slant. So even as a free member, there will be content up there for you. But if you want all the content that's up there, you can support me for as little as $1 a month, which is really just a nominal entrance fee. It's half a candy bar. But if you do that, that would be awesome. And then you'll get all the content. And there's content up on Patreon that I don't post on YouTube or anywhere else. So there you have it. Hey, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you out there. Have a great one. Bye.